Good morning, everyone. My name is Sergeant Diana Rodriguez, and I will be presenting the foundation of Army leadership. The information provided today is unclassified and can be found anywhere on the internet. Today's risk assessment is low. If you're outside, please be aware of wildlife, natural disasters, and inclement weather. If you are inside, be aware of any tripping hazards or liquids near your devices. We are a Green Army, so please recycle. Finally, in the event of an active shooter, be prepared to run, hide, and last resort fight. In this presentation, you will be provided the information on what the Foundation Army leadership is. According to Field Manual 6-22, leadership is the process of influencing people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation while operating to accomplish the mission and improving the organization. In other words, Army leaders are responsible for being personally and professionally competent. They are also responsible for development of their subordinates. For the success of any Army organization, there must be a strong and steady foundation on which the Army leadership stands. Army leadership hinges on history, loyalty to the nation's law, accountability to authority, and evolving Army doctrine. The two variables that make up the Army Leadership Foundation are what an Army leader does and what an Army leader is. Beginning with what a leader is. The first variable of the foundation of Army leadership are the attributes of what an Army leader is. This is composed of three components: character, presence, and intellectual capacity. A leader's character will display the 7 Army values, empathy, and warrior ethos. As a young enlisted soldier, we had to memorize the 3 components because they are important in leadership positions. Our senior leadership taught us that each of one of these components instills how to better treat other soldiers as well as civilians in our everyday lives. Presence is important because all lower enlisted need a visual representation on strong leader that has proper military bearing, is physically fit, carries confidence, and is resilient. These leaders set the standard on how to look and how to get there and how to carry themselves with the confidence throughout the entire process. It is important to have proper military bearing because there's a time and place for everything, whether you're jokingly doing your work day to day just to pass the time, or you're showing proficiency to a sergeant major. Physical fitness is also important because as a leader, we need to demonstrate proper form and to be able to show strength through tough physical situations in and out of the field. Confidently carrying yourself as a leader demonstrates that you believe and respect yourself, so others will do so as well. If you do not, others won't take you seriously and will constantly second guess your ability. Resiliency is a difficult task for many soldiers. It is difficult to endure failure, get up to the challenge, and task it over and over again. But it is important to show lower enlisted soldiers how to be resilient so they can come back strong, knowing it's okay to fail, but you can always come back stronger and harder to accomplish the mission. The final component is intellectual capacity. Not only does the leader need to set the visual standard, but also a knowledgeable one. Leaders are innovative, knowledgeable in their field, and continue to grow in learning. Interpersonal tact, have a sound judgment, and are mentally agile. Problem solving and as well as important last-minute decision-making are important for a leader because you're responsible for several soldiers' safety and their progress. Another instance is when a leader knows that they are about to achieve their goal, they have another one ready to improve or better set themselves for the future. There is always room for improvement. Teaching young soldiers this so they can mentally challenge themselves and set themselves up for a lifetime of growth and positive change is a key to success. The second variable is what a leader does. In the Army, we have the 3 core leader competencies, which is lead, develop, and achieve. Leading is done by leading others physically and morally by extending influence beyond chain of command, by example, and finally by communicating. Secondly is to develop. It is important to self-develop, develop others, as well as develop your environment. A leader needs to continue to grow, empower, encourage others, and develop a positive, hardworking environment. Lastly is to achieve. An Army leader does this by achieving the goals that were set while developing. So this is how a leader excels in self-development, schooling, training, and professional experiences. Doing so will show the lower enlisted the hard work and dedication it takes to become a leader is possible. These are the types of leaders that people want to be led by. It's inspiring, it's motivating, and it's contagious. You combine both of these variables, they are extremely effective and important in the foundation of Army leadership. The Army has a saying for the Army leadership. It's be, know, do. Leaders must be the Army values and attributes that shape character. Leaders need to know the tactical and technical systems, organizations, management of resources, and personally know their soldiers. Finally, do, which is based on their actions and what they are doing, they have previously done, and what they have previously done. The leaders should prove that they are proficient in training, demonstrating the Army values, achieving their goals, and how they lead others. So in summary, Army leaders are held to an extremely high standard and can only do so properly when they understand the foundation of Army leadership, what a leader is and does. Army leaders are responsible for being professionally competent, developing themselves, their subordinates, and their environments. We have guidelines and boundaries of what effective leaders are and how they should strive to become an effective Army leader. The two variables that make up the Army leadership foundation are what an Army leader is and what an Army leader does. And by keeping them in mind and into effect, you will provide a strong and steady foundation. My name is Sergeant Diana Rodriguez. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know now. Next, I would like to go ahead and conduct an AAR. First, we will do the sustainments. Now we can go ahead and do the improvements on the presentation. Next, the risk assessment. Like I said before, the risk assessment is low. Be careful for wildlife, inclement weather, natural disasters. If you're inside, watch out for the tripping hazards, liquid near your devices. If there's an active shooter, we will run, hide, last resort fight. And we are a Green Army, so if you have anything that's recyclable near you, please recycle. Thank you very much.